3 quick tips to fix muscle imbalances. The first thing I'm going to give you is don't overthink it, right? If you have one leg the size of a flamingo and the other leg the size of Chris Bumstead's, then yeah, you probably have got a muscle imbalance and you do need to address that. But for most of us, let's be honest, when you're looking in the mirror every day, we notice those small imperfections about ourselves that other people just do not have time to care about. If you're walking down the street, people have got so much going on in their own lives, you'll notice they have their headphones in, they're not even paying attention to the people around them. Do you think that person really has time in their day to go, mate, your left bicep is 0.3 inches bigger than your left bicep? Probably not. They probably don't care as much as you do. So reminding yourself of the bigger picture around muscle imbalances and the fact that you are probably going to notice it more than other people is something that I've told myself when I realised that my left bicep's a little bit bigger than my right. It's probably not going to be groundbreaking or change my life massively, is it? That being said, jokes aside, the second thing I'm going to tell you here is to prioritise the weaker side. So when we have muscle imbalances, if we notice that one side is slightly weaker than the other, let's say you're doing a bicep curl and you realise I can get 11 reps on my left arm on a certain weight, but I can only do 10 on my right. You've just noticed that you probably have a minor imbalance on your right side being the weaker side. So what you can then do, a simple switch, is to start on the weaker side being the right in this example. You pick a weight, you do a single arm dumbbell curl or a preacher curl, and you go for as many reps as you can on that side. What you then do is match on the stronger side. You can rest between sides, so if you want to rest between single arm exercises or single leg exercises, can be a good idea. Alternatively, if you have a bigger muscle imbalance where it's quite obvious there is a much stronger side, it may be an idea to just jump straight into the stronger side and then just stop at the same number of reps. So if you get 10 reps on your right arm, you want to make sure that you match it with 10 on the left, rather than going up to 14, 15 and then exacerbating the issue. So prioritize the weaker side when it comes to single arm exercises, whether it's biceps, triceps, or whether it's differences between your leg muscles, so say a leg extension or a hamstring curl. Tip 3 is to do some unilateral exercises, by which I mean single arm or single leg. And a couple of key exercises I would probably add in for your overall functionality and also with leg training is going to be a Bulgarian split squat or a lunge. If you're new to training, maybe just do a lunge instead of a split squat. Both of these exercises are going to train an important muscle that we need for day-to-day activity in terms of walking about. If you're playing any sport or doing any running, we need the side of our bum, side of our booty. The glute medius is the proper name for it, which plays an important role in stability when we stand on one leg. Here we go. So the glute medius is an important muscle to train anyway, regardless of whether your goal is just to get as jacked as physically possible. And so doing a Bulgarian split squat or a single leg Romanian deadlift, which helps to train the glute medius, is going to probably have some carryover in terms of your overall stability, coordination, and also when you're training other leg muscles. And I found this in my experience of recovering from a knee injury when I was doing running alongside weight training, and these 2 exercises helped me massively in terms of my recovery, and will probably carry over to things like squats, Romanian deadlifts when you go back onto 2 legs. Although our goal may be to get as physically jacked as possible and build as much muscle as you can, unfortunately you do need to think about how you can function as a human being when you're 70 or 80 years old. So yes, you can do all the leg press and squat and exercises with both legs at the same time as you want, but if we're not intentionally training some of these muscles such as the glute medius, the side glute, and doing some single leg exercises, you probably will run into an issue eventually at some point when you ramp up your training for a particular event, you play more sports, or as you age. So it is important, and I learned this the hard way, to focus on some of these more unilateral exercises. I'll also note here that you want to make sure your form's good and not rushing through your reps, so that you keep tension on the muscles you're training and you can improve that mind-muscle connection. Once you improve your form and you're happy with targeting the right muscles and you're doing a bit of unilateral work, you are probably going to find that those muscle imbalances improve. Just not beat yourself up over minor differences in physique And remember the bigger picture in the grand scheme of things, right? If you're doing unilateral exercises, your form is good, you're improving the weights over time, you're increasing the reps over time through progressive overload, and you prioritize your weaker side first on exercises where you can be bothered to do it. Because if you're trying to do everything single leg and single arm and one side at a time, it will probably take you hours in the gym and you might get bored. So picking a few exercises where you're doing the weaker side first on single arm or single leg movements, throw a few of these in alongside some good unilateral exercises such as a lunge, split squat or single leg Romanian deadlift. Do all these things, muscle imbalances will probably become less of a significant issue for you. Hope you found these tips useful. Drop me a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you are new for more simple fat loss and muscle building tips. See you very soon, my friends. See you later.